always loved road trips. There's something peaceful about driving cross-country. Just you, your thoughts, and an endless stretch of asphalt. But what happened to me 2 winters ago on Interstate? Bashers completely destroyed that peace for me. I don't drive at night anymore, and after you hear this, you probably won't either. Kinky. I was driving from Ohio to Wyoming. It was around Sanling AM, and the snow was starting to come down pretty hard. My eyes were getting heavy, and the hypnotic wiping of the windshield wipers was practically putting me to sleep. I knew I needed to pull over, grab a coffee from my thermos, and stretch my legs. I saw a blue highway sign approaching for a rest area, so I took the exit. The rest stop was dead, completely desolate, just a small brick building with the restrooms and a massive empty parking lot, illuminated by a few flickering sodium vapor streetlights. I parked near the building, killed the engine, and just sat there for a minute, listening to the wind howling outside. I grabbed my coat and made a dash for the men's room. The fluorescent lights inside buzzed loudly. It smelled like cheap bleach and damp concrete. I washed my face with freezing cold water, trying to wake myself up. As I grabbed a paper towel, I heard it. The heavy metal door of the restroom creaked open. Footsteps echoed against the tile floor. Slow, dragging steps. I glanced under the stalls through the mirror. A pair of dirty, oversized work boots stopped right behind me. I froze. I looked up into the mirror, expecting to see a tired trucker. Standing right behind me was a man, maybe Losu, wearing a filthy, torn parka, but it was his face that made my blood run cold. He was grinning, not a friendly smile, a wide, unblinking, ear-to-ear grin. He wasn't looking at me in the mirror. He was looking directly at the back of my head. My survival instincts screamed at me to move. I threw the paper towel in the trash, kept my head down, and mumbled, "Excuse me," as I squeezed past him. He didn't say a word. His head just slowly turned, following my movement. That same horrific grin plastered on his face. Mon Dieu. I pushed through the heavy door and sprinted into the freezing air. I hit the unlock button on my key fob, jumped into the driver's seat, and slammed the lock. I was hyperventilating. I jammed the key into the ignition, but right as I went to turn it, I snapped my head to the driver's side window. He was standing right there. In the span of 3 seconds, he had silently followed me out of the building and crossed the parking lot. His face was pressed so hard against the icy glass that his breath was fogging it up, and he was still smiling. "Oh?" He raised his hand and started pulling on the door handle. Clack, clack, clack. Violent, desperate pulls. I slammed the gas pedal. The tires spun on the ice for a terrifying second before finally catching grip. I tore out of that parking lot and merged back onto the interstate, doing Basherwu in a snowstorm. I didn't stop until the sun came up, and I found a crowded diner. Beans, Pishan's top of 4s. When I finally got out of my car in the daylight, I noticed something that still gives me nightmares. My driver's side window was covered in handprints, but they weren't just on the outside. When I wiped the glass, I realized some of the smudge marks were on the inside.